Hello. I brought another book about dinosaurs. This one is called The Dinosaur Who Lived in My Backyard. And it's written by B.J. Hennessy and illustrated by Susan Davis. Can you imagine a dinosaur living in your backyard? I wonder if that could be true. There used to be a dinosaur who lived in my backyard. Sometimes I wish he still lived there. I wonder why he doesn't live there anymore. The dinosaur who lived here hatched from an egg that was as big as a basketball. Do you see the egg down there? Dinosaurs come from eggs because remember, they're reptiles. And to be a reptile, that's one of the things that you need to have. You need to have come from an egg most of the time. And by the time he was 5, he was as big as our car. A lot of you are 4 or 5. Are you as big as your parents' car? Dinosaurs were. A lot of them were that big. Just one of his dinosaur feet was so big it wouldn't even have fit in my sandbox. Look how ginormous the footprints were. My mother says that if you eat all your vegetables, you'll grow up very strong. That must be true because that's all this dinosaur ate. He ate hundreds of pounds of vegetables every day. That's a whole lot of lima beans. Do you remember what you call a dinosaur that ate vegetables and plants? Was it an herbivore or a carnivore? Aha, an herbivore. That's right. He must have had an herbivore type of dinosaur. The dinosaur was so heavy that he would make my whole neighborhood shake like pudding if he jumped. He weighed as much as 20 pickup trucks. Whoa, look at how big he is. And when he jumped, everything shook. Do you see? I can tell that he's an herbivore because he's walking on 4 feet. He's just jumping up. Now, the dinosaur who lived in my backyard was bigger than my school bus and even bigger than my house. Wow, that is a very large dinosaur. He had many other dinosaur friends. I wonder if they lived in the neighborhood. There's some of his friends to play with. Do you have friends that you play with in your neighborhood? Sometimes they played hide and seek. Looks like this one is counting and this one is hiding. That's a fun game to play, isn't it? Sometimes they had terrible fights. Oh, sometimes that can happen. If someone doesn't share or somebody breaks somebody else's work or things that they built or made, you don't want to do that. The dinosaur who used to live here was allowed to sleep outside every night. It's a good thing he didn't need a tent. He was so big he would have needed a circus tent to cover him up. Look at there they are in their little tent. Would he have fit in there? Not this dinosaur. Back when my dinosaur lived here, My town was a big swamp. The dinosaur needed a lot of water. If he still lived here, we'd have to keep the sprinkler on all the time. Look. It looks like this little boy is talking about the time that dinosaurs maybe lived in his neighborhood. But there were no people, no streets, just dinosaurs and other animals. My dinosaur had a very long neck, so he could eat the leaves at the top of the trees. If he still lived here, I bet he could rescue my kite. Do you see his kite up in the tree? That's all I know about the dinosaur that used to live in my backyard. He hasn't been around for a very, very long time. Sometimes I wish he still lived here. But there are no dinosaurs anymore. It would be pretty hard to keep a dinosaur happy, but my sister and I are saving all of our lima beans, just in case he shows up. Do you think a dinosaur would come back to his backyard? Nah. There are no more dinosaurs on our planet. Hope you enjoyed that fun story about a dinosaur that used to live in his backyard before there were people millions of years ago. Maybe a dinosaur used to live in your backyard before people were around. You never know. Something to think about. Love you.